To streamline, we've combined the action items into one combined motion, so only one roll call vote will be needed during the meeting, and we'll get to that momentarily. Can the secretary call the roll, please?
Director Deere,
Deere's here.
Director Guggenheim, Director Guggenheim.
Yeah.
Thank you. Director Ryder is absent. Chair Ketting.
Present.
And for the record, those directors also present, Director Curry
Present.
and Director Story.
Present.
You have a quorum.
Okay. And suspect that Bob will join us subsequently, and you'll add him to the roll. Is there any public testimony?
No, we did not receive any.
Okay. I mention now that the next scheduled meeting of the Audit and Compliance Committee is scheduled for Friday, June 17th at 8:30 a.m. And we will keep you apprised of that. Do we have any public testimony this morning?
We do not.
In that case, we will go directly to the report from the internal auditor, and actually he's going to be discussing the charter of the internal audit.
Good morning, everybody. This is Tom Schrader, Internal Audit. And again, as Director Ketting noted at the beginning, there's been some time demands, and we will try to be as brief as possible with regards to the internal audit sessions this morning. So what we're asking the committee to do is to review and approve our internal audit charter. The best practices suggest that the boards do approve and review the internal audit charter annually. There are some slides that are following this slide, and I don't know that we need to go through those unless there's a request to do so. Our charter follows the guidance from the Institute of Internal Auditors, and recall that the Institute of Internal Auditors is an organization that advocates, provides education, develops standards, guidance, and certifications for the internal audit profession. And our charter follows all the guidelines suggested by the Institute of Internal Auditors, and has been reviewed as part of an external quality review assessment of internal audit. There's been no updates or changes to the Institute's guidance on this, and we're not suggesting any changes to our charter. So we would ask that the committee reapprove the charter as it is. And unless there's any other questions, that will conclude this portion of my presentation.
Any comments or questions on the charter? It's fairly straightforward. It's got the elements in there. The only thing I would call attention to is just a quick reminder that the audit committee has a kind of particular place among the committees that go to the board because of its independence and needs to get information directly from staff. And we've been doing this, and I expect it will continue. So unless there are any further comments, we'll hold that for the action item. And the only other item that would go to the action item is the minutes of the January 21st meeting, which have been circulated. Those minutes were already approved by the board, but this is an opportunity to change, make corrections, or any follow-up. Unless there are comments there, we need a
Motion to approve the minutes.
Oh, great. Director Ryder has issued a motion to approve the minutes and ratify the charter.
Yes.
I thought so.
Second.
And we have a second. Okay.
Second.
Can we please add Director Ryder to the roll before we move that motion?
I'm sure, Deb, do you have him in the role now?
I do have him in the role, and Director Harrington also joined us in the meantime.
Okay. Ray, we need a roll
Dennis,
call.
Dennis, this isn't downtown.
Hey,
Okay,
gotta
we
be
need a-
cautious.
Okay, we need a roll call vote. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Roll call vote on the combined motion. Director Deere, aye or nay?
Aye.
Director Guggenheim?
Aye.
Director Ryder?
Aye.
And Chair Ketting.
Aye.
4 yeas and 0 nays.
Okay, so the motion has carried unanimously, and we will now hop off this call and go to the closed session.
And Chair Ketting, I just want to double check, you're going to make a motion for closed session, right?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Thank you.
We can't go to closed session without that.
Yes.
Mike, I'll move that we go to closed session for those reasons permitted under Illinois law for closed session.
Second.
Second.
Okay, secretary will call the roll.
Roll call on the motion to go into closed session. Deere, aye or nay?
Aye.
Director Guggenheim?
Aye.
Director Ryder?
Aye.
And Chair Ketting.
Aye.
You have 4 yeas and 0 nays.
Okay, and now we will go to the closed session, and I'll see you in a moment.